Hi, I'm Joe Fonzie. I don't know about you, but when I want to know what's going on, I watch Bay Area Sports Wrap.
Aaron, just kind of what happened there, the team kind of stopped skating and then allowed them to kind of come back in that game after Europe. Guys do nothing on them?
I think we got in some penalty trouble a little bit, and I mean that takes its toll eventually. You get tired from killing penalties a bunch in a row, and then it's tough to get any offense when you're gassed like that. So I think that was probably what happened there the most.
You've been, I think, back with the Barracuda since December. Just what's it mean to just you keep going? You're in Wichita, you're here, just to keep going and keep playing.
It's great to be back here with the family and everything now. It's awesome. My older boy's old enough to kind of appreciate it now, so it's awesome to get him out here too, and it's just great to be back.
You just love to play the game. Just keeps you going.
Yeah, I mean you kind of have to at this point. Sometimes it's not very fun, so you have to you gotta love it to play. I mean 70 whatever 82 games, whatever you're playing, and it's a long grueling season. You have to like the game to be able to go through it for a bunch of years.
Have you embraced sort of the mentorship role that I imagine you have with Wichita and here too?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of been my role the last few years, and I've seen some things over the years. So if I can pass some stuff on to some guys, that's awesome.
What have you kind of passed on to any of the guys? Anything good lessons?
Probably more so in Wichita with Gabe, with just how the pro life is with the travel, especially down there and stuff like that. And it's a tough game sometimes, and you have to really just stick with it and kind of try and get the best out of yourself every day, even when it doesn't feel great.
What's been your impression of Gabe? He's having an excellent season down in Wichita.
Yeah, he's been good. He made some big saves and stuff at big times when I was down there, and he's had a couple great games since I left, and it's great to see. He's a good kid.
Did you have an idea that you were going to come up here to the Barracuda once they traded Blackwood and then Ascroft gets promoted?
Yeah, I mean they had to make something work. I wasn't sure what that was going to be, but I was expecting to be back at some point.
And now, how excited then were you to kind of come back and get that second chance here, at least with the Barracuda anyway?
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. I'm big fan of the organization. I've been here for a long time, and it's great to be back, and I call it home now here, so it's great to be at home as well.
What's been your impression of Georgie?
He's been great for us. He's made a bunch of big saves at big times. Sometimes ones that they don't seem like they're huge, but I can appreciate it from a goalie perspective. It's sometimes it's a great save that gets overlooked a little bit, and he's been fantastic from what I've seen so far.
How do you guys communicate? Have you picked up some Russian over the years, or just to speak the goalie language?
He's a little tough to communicate with sometimes, but he can get his point across to me. I know a little bit of Russian, but not enough to actually speak it with him. I think I can say hello, how are you, good, but that's about as far as my Russian goes. But he's since probably the summer. I think he's picked up English a fair bit. He's pretty good at getting his point across.
Do you know Askarov at all? I don't know if you really crossed paths with him, but in camp or whatever.
Just from talking to him in camp, and not a whole lot. I think it was 2 weeks or so that we were together. So haven't talked to him a ton, but seems like a good kid too. And I haven't really got to see him play much. I don't think we were on the same group in camp, and then he was hurt for a little bit, so I didn't get to see him play live much. So I don't really have an opinion on that yet, but off the ice, he was great. I liked talking to him. He seemed like a good kid.
And the sell-off crowd today, this is way different than Barracuda games back at SAP Center, right?
Yeah, it's way different than a couple of years ago too. It's awesome to see. It was kind of crazy. It was loud in there, and everyone was going. It was great, good atmosphere, and you love to see it.
Without asking about the refereeing, did you at least like the chants from the crowd saying "ref, you suck"?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice if they just called it the same all the way around for the whole game. I think they kind of change it up a little bit, and it's weird when you go like a whole period with no penalties, and then they just kind of put them all into one. But I feel like they got really tight with it at the end, and we just didn't come out on top on the penalty battle there.
In the second period, there weren't penalties per se, but the team had some chances where they could have blown the game kind of open. Did that kind of did that kind of explain a little bit the lack of energy in it's starting out in the third period?
I mean, we started shorthanded for the third period, and I think that kind of takes toll a little bit. But I think it's just one of those things where they were able to kind of jump on us. But when you don't score on those chances you get and stuff, you kind of lose momentum, and they gain momentum off of a penalty kill or something like that, or a save on a good chance. But I think they kind of built that momentum at the end of the second, and then with all the power plays in the third, they kind of kept that momentum going.
Also seemed to get real chippy toward the end there. In the room, do you think that's going to carry over to tomorrow?
I mean, it's tough to say. So a lot of those games, sometimes that happens, and then it's real chippy the next game right away, or you guys forget about it, and it's just a whole different game. So it's hard to say how that goes. I don't know if that carries over at all, but I guess we'll see.
When you're in Wichita, how tough is it, being away from home?
Yeah, it was tough. It was mostly hard on my wife. She was at home with the two kids and stuff like that. So she had to deal with that, and it's tough with the time change and stuff, trying to FaceTime in and get some time with them as much as I can. But it was tough being away. It's great to be back though.
And how important is it the family support to that you're still chasing your dream and you have that support here?
Yeah, I mean, it could have gone a whole different way if she wasn't supporting it anymore. So I'm really happy that she's still supporting me on that, and hopefully a couple more years.
Hey, it's your Warriors hype man Franco Finn here for Bay Area Sports Wrap. Please give us a like and subscribe to Bay Area Sports Wrap's YouTube channel.